Good afternoon, Haslett High School, and welcome to your HMP News. I'm Zach Sneed.
And I'm Cal Curran. Today the freshmen make it through the first term of high school, and we look into one of our clubs, sports, and more. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
With Friday marking the end of the first term, Cal Schiebner checked in with some freshmen to see how their first term of high school went.
Like how there's freshman through senior, a lot more options of people to talk to instead of just your own grade and under, which was 8th grade. So meeting new people.
I like it better.
More information on the musical in the coming weeks.
The high school will be taking a group of students on a trip to visit Central Michigan University on November 1st. Sign up in the guidance counselor's office if you are interested in making the trip. A reminder for seniors of Haslett High School. Your senior portraits are due November 6th and will be put into the Haslett yearbook. These should be delivered to Mrs. Price before the due date if you want your picture to be included. Model UN is not a new club, but it is relatively unknown. Our reporter Camden Davis checked in to find out exactly what it is.
Model UN stands for Model United Nations. We basically hold mock conferences of like the United Nations.
We take different topics like North Korea or ISIS in the Middle East or nuclear waste dumping in Africa. Yeah, we all get assigned a country and then we handle it like a mock UN conference. It lets students do more research and learn more about current topics. Model UN meets every Wednesday at Mrs. Burns' room around 2:45ish, and then we go either to 3 or 3:30 depending on the week.
All are welcome to attend. Now let's take a look at this week's sports highlights.
The boys' tennis team traveled to Holland last week, battling in the state tournament, and ended up finishing 7th in the state with a great performance across the board. We caught up with senior Tate Choi to get his thoughts on how the team performed. Take a look at some of the highlights throughout the season.
It feels pretty good. I won my first round, and then played Detroit Country Day second round, and I actually lost to him 6-3, 6-4, but it was a really good match. Ended the season really well. It was probably like the best match I played, so it was really fun. Definitely really liked the season. So it was definitely a building year, and we went in and finished 7th in the state, so I was really happy with that, which was higher than what we finished last year actually, so it's definitely a pivoting point for the team. Winning leagues was really fun. It actually rained, and so the final match we went indoors, and I beat St. John's in the finals, and then also beating St. Clair. He was definitely like one of the top 5 in the state, so it was really fun beating him in the tournament. And also, obviously just beating DeWitt always.
As the football team wraps up the season, a hot topic in the United States is taking a knee during the national anthem. We sent it over to David Weston, who checked in with a couple football players and Principal Werjanke.
Professional sports became political, kicking off a national debate over race and respect for the national anthem. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has made his point clear that taking a knee is not acceptable in the United States. Donald Trump came out with this statement when asked about protesting.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired. He's fired!
I asked Ben Britton and Sally Awar about their opinions on taking a knee.
In a way, it's wrong because you're disrespecting the soldiers, but because there's different ways to speak out. This is this is the only way NFL players have a way to like express their views. So like kneeling is like the only way for them to protest like peacefully. I don't think Donald Trump has a right to comment on the situation because he's not like in the situation himself.
I think it's a really symbolic thing, and I think people don't understand the reason they do it. If you're protesting during that, you're gonna get a wide audience. And like you said, it's like one of the only few like places they can. It's one of the few times they can actually protest. But yeah, forced freedom is fascism, and we fought against fascism.
I also asked Mr. Wajenki about his opinion when taking a knee, and also if there are any consequences if you do take a knee during the national anthem, and this is what he had to say.
I think everybody has a right to make their own decision in terms of kneeling for the national anthem. And so I believe that that's the wonderful thing about living in the United States of America, is that it's a democracy. There's rights that all of us have as citizens of the United States of America, and one of those is to make stands such as we're seeing now and demonstrations like we're seeing now in support of equality, and for me, I'm okay with that.
With the Vikings win over Petoskey last week, the football team secured a #2 seed in the Division III playoffs for their matchup versus Parma Western. The theme for Friday's home game was a gray out. We're happy to see so much support for the Viking football team last week in their first-round playoff game. Thanks for showing support. The Unified Sports Fundraiser will be taking place November 10th at the high school. Tickets will be sold at lunch and at the door. Tickets at lunch will cost $5 and include a glow stick, and for $8 you get access to all the games and a meal. At the door, tickets cost $8 for the ticket and glow stick, and $10 for the games and the meal. Meal includes pizza, chips, and pop. We hope to see you all there. The Lady Netters played their last home game this week. Josh Rhodes caught up with the seniors to talk about how their last game went.
Okay, so it's really mixed emotions because obviously it's really sad, but it hasn't really hit me yet that it's like my last game, so I'm pretty like happy right now, but I think it'll be more sad after the season's actually. It was really amazing and emotional, and it was really exciting to see our team come together and perform well against a team that is hard to compete with.
It feels surreal because you always look forward to this day, and then when it's finally here, it's like super weird. But it's really fun. The team feels pretty hype about the win, the dub. It's definitely been rocky, but we've learned a lot and we've grown together a lot, and I think that we're going to go really far in postseason. Probably could have played a little bit better, but we worked hard.
Congrats to our seniors who finished up their last home volleyball game with a victory. That's all we have for you today. I'm Zach Sneed.
And I'm Cal Curran. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.